Hey creatives, I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I am the head of creative entrepreneurship for Arthentic Arts. Today, I'll be dropping some major keys on how you can create a business around your creativity. Make sure to follow Arthentic Arts for more dope content like this. Before I became a full-time producer in LA, I spent 10 years as a traveling DJ, selling my services to both businesses and consumers. By the 10th year, I had a DJ agency that contracted other DJs and a karaoke company that brought in residual income from weekly shows. Listen, I was in my bag. Knowing how to sell your products and services can be a challenge, but today I'll be giving you some monetization ideas and examples to get you motivated and paid. First, I'll be going over some best practices. That way we're all on the same page with things that we need to have in place to get that money train rolling faster. Then I'll be going over monetizing physical products, monetizing video content, monetizing audio content, monetizing a community, and we'll finish with what you can't monetize. We've got a lot of ground to cover today, so let's jump right into the best practices. Here are some general best practices that make it much easier for you to make some money. First of all, you need to have an active social media page on whatever social media platform works best for your medium. So if you're a visual artist, maybe Instagram. You could post some pictures or some reels so that people can see your art and understand your process, as well as have that link in bio so they can reach out to you. It's imperative that you figure out which platform works best for your content. Next, you're gonna need some kind of website. It doesn't have to be fancy, but a nice splash page with your contact information and maybe your portfolio so people can see your work really goes a long way, especially if you're going to be applying to any fellowships or grant programs. Here's a major one that people miss all the time. Regularly check your email and your DMs. Believe me, there is some opportunity there, and especially with social media, it might get sorted into the junk folder. Always stay on top of your communications if you want opportunities. Make sure that you have all payment platforms, just not Cash App or Venmo. Make sure you have a variety of ways that you can accept payments. Some popular ones are Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, Square. Even though we are in the technology phase of all of this content creation, it's still important that you have something physically with you when you're out in the real world and somebody wants to connect with you. That's right, I'm talking about either a business card with a QR code on it or some kind of physical material that lets people know how to get in contact with you. Not all of your customers are going to be on the internet, and you want to make sure that you're reachable from every angle. Ask for referrals. There's no shame in the shameless plug. If you've ever had one client, never hesitate to reach back out to that client. Ask them how great of a job you did for them, and then ask if they have any family or friends that would also benefit from your services. Those easy referrals are low-hanging fruit to drive your monetization train. Always look for organizations to partner with. Believe me, partnership goes a really long way. Sign up to volunteer at some nonprofits or some community organizations that are doing the same kinds of things that line up with your content. This gives you extra opportunity to get in front of like-minded people who might throw you some opportunities. And last but certainly not least, creative, be your own billboard. If you have merch, physical product, promo videos, anything, never be ashamed to promote yourself anytime and any place. Next up, let's talk about monetizing physical product. I don't care what kind of art you create. Having a merch store is always a great way to connect with your fans. Now, when I talk about merch, I don't mean reaching out to some huge manufacturer and getting thousands of t-shirts printed. There's actually a monetization strategy for merch that costs $0 to get started in and allows you to take some of the money from confirmed sales to pay to get your merch created. There are a couple different businesses that do this well, and they are known as Printful and Printify. For $0 startup costs, you can upload your design for merch, create a website for free, send that website out to your customers. Printful and Printify has a huge network of manufacturers who will make your merch and send it directly to your customer with your name on it for a cut of the sales price. This is by far one of the easiest ways to start in the monetization game, and this is called print on demand. You might hear it referred to as drop shipping. So if you're thinking about merch, I highly suggest using either Printful or Printify to get things started. Etsy is also a huge online marketplace known for physical products by small artists. The fact that you could customize your orders and do things in small batch actually really work well for the Etsy marketplace. You can sell digital art, physical products, honestly, whatever you envision. Make sure you're using the right keywords so people can find your specific kind of art on there and watch the orders just come in. You also can do commission orders. These are customizable orders that you usually get paid a lot more money for. Advertise on your social media channels that you are open for commissions and you welcome collaboration for customizable projects. Watch those clients start to fly in. Physical products actually work really well for live performances as well. I was a DJ for 10 years, and at every show, I made sure I had something physical that I could sell somebody, whether that was a mixtape, a hat, or a t-shirt. Selling physical products in a live setting allows you to make a deeper connection with your clients. And last but certainly not least, Instagram shopping. Instagram hasn't been great in the last 5 years for promoting yourself, but what they have done is built a marketplace where pictures can be shared and your product can be tagged right in that picture. You heard me right. You can upload a picture of your product and tag the product so people can buy it, or your fans can upload pictures of themselves wearing your product, tag the brand and the product, and people can purchase your products directly from their pictures. It's called product tagging, and you need to check it out in Instagram shopping. Let's move on from physical products and move on to monetizing video content. When it comes to monetizing your video content, there are 3 main strategies that are popularly used to sell your unique video content. The first strategy is called subscription video on demand, or more commonly known as SVOD. This strategy works best if you have a very loyal fan base. Subscription video on demand gives users access to your entire video library for a once monthly or yearly subscription. If you have ever used Netflix, then you've experienced SVOD. The one caveat here is you usually have to have a lot of content already created for this model, but you can also build as you go. The second strategy is known as transactional video on demand, or most commonly known as TVOD. This monetization strategy allows users to pay one time to either have lifetime access or to rent access to your video. If you've ever bought a Showtime pay-per-view ticket for a movie or a special event, then you've experienced TVOD. This strategy works best if you cover a whole variety of topics so people can pick and choose which ones they'd like to pay for. The third and final video strategy is known as advertising video on demand, or most commonly known as what? AVOD. This strategy works best if you have a huge following. Advertising video on demand allows advertisers to drop in their ads before, in the middle, or after your video. This is a classic method that YouTube is completely built around. The YouTube Partner Program has been successful for over 15 years with monetizing videos using this strategy. Enough about video, let's move on to monetizing your audio content. Now, before we get into talking about monetizing your audio content, let me just rip the Band-Aid off and tell you that if you are creating audio content like songs or podcasts, streaming dollars are very slow and low. You're going to need to make sure that you diversify the ways that you can make money from your audio with these strategies that I'm getting into next. First up, local sponsorships. It's very important that you are tapped into your local community. If there's a nonprofit that's having an event and you have an opportunity to showcase or perform your specific art, make sure that you put yourself in the best position to do those things so that you can aid in the monetization and promotion of your audio content. Also, think outside the box. If you have a sports podcast, visit some local gyms in your community owned by small business owners. Most times, these owners will give you opportunities to trade or create some kind of affiliate marketing program where you work really hard to try to get them customers in, and as customers come in and become new customers for them, you get a cut of the deal. Book some performances. Gone are the days where you can just put your art on the internet and that is enough. You need to make sure that you are properly promoting and giving yourself the best chance possible to take some of the money out of your customers' pockets and put it in your own. If you are an aspiring music artist, there is a new website called Dystopia. Dystopia allows you to upload your album to their website. They actually pay you for your streams, allow you to engage with your customers, integrate your merch, and give you a nice website all in one. If you're interested in Dystopia, the link will be down in the description. Let's move on to monetizing a community. Having a tribe can really pay you real money if you figure out a way to monetize your community. The first way that you can monetize your community is through Patreon. Patreon allows you to create a subscription-based model for your fans, and you can upload any kind of media, whether it's visual, audio, video. You also can sell physical product in there. The list goes on and on. I do want to caution you that Patreon takes a little bit of money per membership for processing fees, but this is an amazing way to allow people to follow you and support your art through your journey. OnlyFans. OnlyFans is most commonly used for adult content, but you also can use it for consulting or showing off certain videos that you have that might get banned for community standards. Keep an open mind and no judgment on the OnlyFans revolution. Speaking of consulting, have you ever thought about lending your specific expertise to businesses or other organizations who might need your creative direction? Figure out ways you can create classes. That makes another revenue stream for your growing creative business. What about live classes or workshops? Would anybody be interested in learning the techniques that have made you successful? Go ahead, do a quick brainstorm. What can you teach? Who can you teach it to? And how much would they pay for it? And last but certainly not least, collaborations. I've said it at least 3 times during today's workshop that it's imperative you partner with larger organizations. Reason being, if you partner with a nonprofit in your area that has mutual interests with you, they actually might have grant dollars available to pay you to come in and teach others or to showcase your art. You have to love the power of collaboration. Thanks for rocking with me this long. Let's finish out today's workshop with what you cannot monetize online. The list of things that you cannot monetize is honestly pretty short. The first thing is copywritten information. You cannot share full videos, full episodes, full audio, full music of anything that you did not specifically create and own the intellectual property for. Even if you're playing copywritten media in the background of your video, you could get a copyright strike and potentially get banned, which would lead to you not being monetized online. Adult content. Most adult content needs to be housed in the appropriate manner, which means that people under the age of 18 do not have access to it, or people in countries and regions where adult content is limited or restricted do not have access to it. No sweat. If you want to monetize your adult content, there are places like Patreon and OnlyFriends that would welcome your content and allow you to monetize very easily. The rule of thumb here is if it doesn't have any educational value, most companies won't want to advertise around it, which will get your content flagged for a community violation strike. And the last kind of content that you cannot monetize is controversial content. I know sometimes you'll be tempted with clickbait to create different kinds of content based on what's happening in the world, but it is very important that you stay away from specific categories. The subjects to usually stay away from are hate speech, the promotion of self-harm, promoting illegal activity, gambling, etc. The same rule goes here. If most companies don't want to advertise around it, more than likely, whatever platform that you're putting this content on will take it down for a community strike. In summary, there are plenty of ways to monetize your content. Your challenge is finding the balance that works uniquely for you. The one thing that I can assure you is that no matter what kind of content you create, it has value to someone. All you have to do is find them. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your busy creative schedule to watch this workshop, and make sure you continue to follow Arthentic Arts for more content to help you throughout your creative journey. Once again, I go by the name of DJ Trice. Please feel free to drop any questions that you had about this content below, and I'll be sure to get right back with you and cover those topics in future videos. I look forward to giving you some of my money for your content. I'll see you on the next video.